Hello, hello, how is everyone? We are back today. I was gonna do some Final Fantasy potentially. I was potentially hoping we were gonna get a Oblivion remaster released yesterday slash today, whatever. But they didn't. Instead, we're getting news about whatever the state of the remaster is going to be in about, I think, 8 hours, roughly, from now. I'm gonna be asleep, so I'll wake up and find out what's going on and decide whether or not I'm calling into work today. But we'll find out. But I wanted to take a look today at what I've got for Oblivion, which I had to kind of set up. I was going to start this a little earlier, but I realized when I bought my new PC, Oblivion was installed on my old hard drive that didn't move into this PC. So I had to go and manually set a bunch of this up again. So there's a few little things that aren't quite perfect because I haven't had time to like tweak all the like distant land settings to get it like perfectly optimized. So there's a few little things like that that I'll point out when we get to them that are like, this isn't quite how I'd like it. And there's potentially a few little tiny gameplay tweaks that I'd be like, I might need to change this here or there if I were going to be playing this longer term. I mostly just want to take a look at what I'm able to do in like, it took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours to set up on my own time in Oblivion. Just using the original base version of the game. So let me real quick hit this. If you guys, also hello Ghosty and hello Ultra Goldsmith, if you guys can let me know if you can see this, that'd be really helpful. Because I actually don't know if you guys can see this right now. Oblivion really doesn't like alt tabbing, so I had to install a mod called One Tweak that's supposed to like fix that and let me alt tab, and it seems to be working. But it's a little hard to tell if it's working because when I tab out, it's gonna freeze on the stream preview. It like looks like you should be able to see it, as far as I can tell. Like when I tab out, I can see a static image of the menu. You guys should be seeing like the scrolling map in the background behind the Oblivion main menu here. I'm hoping that's what you're seeing anyway. Is that working? Also, how's the volume? Is it like too loud? You can see it. Okay, sweet, excellent. That means it's working. We're just gonna go ahead and do a new game. It's fine. I'll kind of talk through some of the mods I've used here. It's nothing too crazy.
I was born.
Oh, also, I don't know if you saw, I posted on Blue Sky. I've got my
for 65 years.
my replica Amulet of Kings out today. We're gonna be sleeping with that under the pillow to keep Uncle Todd happy.
I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
There's like a number on here.
In darkness, a doom sweeps the land.
Replica number 0116. I bought this a couple of years ago. Really nice.
This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
Are we gonna get giant guard? If you look down the lower right, I think it is, there's a guard walking towards a door here. Yeah, there he is. If you look at that guy in-game scale, because he's about the height of that door, and those doors are like 20 feet tall. That guy is huge. Alright, beautiful. So now we can come to the first mod we've installed. First two you can probably see right off the bat. One of them is Darn UI, or Darnified UI, which just gives you a much nicer PC. Volume can be turned down a little. Okay, I was wondering about that. It was like, it looks quiet on my bars, but it feels loud in my ears. So, okay, give me one sec. I'm gonna wait till I'm in control of my character, and then we'll do that because again, it gets a little tweaky about uh, changing tabbing and stuff like that. But yeah, Darnified UI. It added some of these things like these numbers here, and it's just a slightly nicer user interface for the PC version. The original PC release, if you just buy it on Steam right now and install it, uh, is using the console UI, and it doesn't look great on PC, so it's a little messy. So Darnified UI fixes a lot of that, scales things around a little better, adds some like instead of just generic sliders, it shows you a number, so you can actually tell where your sliders at on there, which is really helpful for stuff like the um, difficulty slider and things like that. If you and a friend want to both play on the same difficulty, you don't have to like pull out a ruler and measure. That's real nice. Um, Other thing we've got here is Character Overhaul version 2, which just very slightly depotatoifies the faces a little bit. It's not huge. Like it doesn't like when you see the pictures on like Nexus, you're gonna look at it and go like, oh my god, it's turning everyone into anime characters. And even this default face doesn't look like super impressive to me, but like it fixes up the Khajiit to make them look not quite as dumb as the original Oblivion Khajiit. The original Oblivion Khajiit, I really don't think look very good. Um, it changes the orcs a little bit, give them a little bit more of a defined look instead of just looking like pudgy green humans with fangs. I kind of like that. Does some fun stuff with like your wood elves, get some nice wood elf eyes going. Argonians, again, just they look a little bit more reptilian, which I like. I think overall it does a good job of tweaking the characters here. What do we want to go for? High elf. I mean, it doesn't. There's not like a really much of a choice. One thing I really like about Oblivion is that like there's not like a oh man, it doesn't make sense for this race to be the main character as much as it would make sense for a different race. Like if you're playing Morrowind, I mean, okay, technically you're a prisoner coming in from the Imperial City, but you're the Nerevarine. You're probably supposed to be a dark elf. Like it makes the most sense, really. Um, for the Dragonborn, you're probably supposed to be some flavor of human. I guess it's possible that someone else could be a Dragonborn, but it's going to be much less likely. So lore-wise, you tend to kind of leaning towards the races that make sense for the thing. For this one, like the hero of Kvatch is just some fucking guy or girl. And there's really, you're in the heartland of Cyrodiil. There's no real reason you'd lean towards one rather than the other, which I really like. Let's make us. We'll go with the lizard. I haven't done an Argonian in a while. I don't want to mess around too much with this, so we'll just like. What kind of options am I getting here? Yeah, that's great. We'll just kind of waggle these a little till I'm happy with it. Fantastic. That looks good. We'll go about there. Give me some. Oh yeah, there we go. Bring that in a little bit. Bring that to about there. That's fine. Kind of waggle these around until I feel happy with them. Okay. That's looking good. Bring that up a little bit. Make sure I haven't completely destroyed the face. Yeah, no, that's fine. We'll bring that out a little, actually. Make him green. Ooh, can I do that? I actually don't know what the options are for changing the colors on this guy. Well, we'll find out. Eyes. Leave that about there. Okay, that tweaked a bunch of his face a bit. We'll put those about here. Go about there. Go about... Oh god, some of his eyes are doing some weird stuff there. We're gonna leave them alone before we break this man. Yeah, bring the head in a little. And maybe about there. Okay, that looks good. Okay, I'm liking that. Like maybe we want his eyes looking slightly more outward, but maybe they don't do that. Jaw. Seems fine. There we go. I was like, I feel like the back of his head was looking too wide. That's helped a bit. And then we can bring that in a little bit, and there we go. That helped a lot. Okay. Mouth. Let's see what we can do with tweaking some of this a little bit. Well, I'm going to have a bit of a snout. If we're going for kind of a dragon-y look, I think we want kind of a more pronounced snout. Maybe about like that. And then... yeah, that'll work. We'll just give him a nice long schnoz. More dinosaur-y. Nose. We can bring that... ooh, that was doing something interesting. What was that doing? Alright. Digging that. We'll bring that to about there. We'll play around with that a little bit. There we go. Now I'm kind of digging this. Really give him a nice long schnoz. Oh my god, there's like a million options for this. Holy Jesus. Yeah, give me some of that right there. That looks good. Okay, perfect. Big ol' schnoz on him. Skin. What have we got here? We can... I've already completely broken him. Oh god. Nope. Nope. Let's, we want green, right? How am I gonna make green? Oh! Okay, that's looking green. What if I bring, like... what if we play with these a little bit? Okay, now we're getting more into blue. Okay. Oh, wait. Ooh. Here we go. This is helping. Alright, yeah, there we go. We'll do that. That works for green. A little bit of yellow highlights in there. That's kind of cool. I'm digging them. Alright, sweet. I don't think I need to tweak the individual colors here any more than that. That should be fine. What can we do for hair? I feel like the fins aren't necessarily working on this guy. Dorsal ridge, we got some spines. Dorsal ridge is a maybe. Do we want to go dorsal ridge, or do we want to go, like, one of these sets of spines? Maybe this one. I kind of like this one. Oh wait, what if we do, like, can we do, like, a really long dorsal ridge? If I, like, whack that up? Oh, it's not even that dramatic. Well, it's pretty cool. I don't know, Ghosty, what are you thinking? You want a dorsal ridge? You want spines? Or do you want some big old honking fins? Maybe some really small fins? Does that make any... kind of digging the big dorsal ridge, I'm thinking. Or this set of spines. We're gonna go with this. It's fine. I'm not gonna mess around with this age and complexion because this is just gonna completely break the face that I just spent ages. Go with the Mohawk. All right, yeah, I can go Mohawk. I am fine with Mohawk. All right. Enter character name. We'll just say Pre-Master. Because we are in the pre-remaster era here. Yes, be an Argonian. Okay, one sec. I'm gonna real quick check. Let us turn master audio down to about 60. See how that does. Tell me if it's still, like, too loud.
Lizard, it must break.
Oh shit, this guy's talking. I don't have captions. How do I fix that? Gameplay, general subtitles on.
Your heart, huh? Being so close to the water, knowing you'll never get to swim again. You know, sometimes when they let us in the yard, you can hear the sounds from the lake. The boats, the gulls, so close. No, you'll never get to swim again, Argonian. But don't worry, you'll be dead soon enough. That's right, you're going to die in here. Hey, you hear that? The guards are coming. For you.
Boris, lock that door behind us.
General subtitles.
My sons,
Hello there.
they're dead, aren't they?
We don't know that, sire. The messenger only said they were attacked.
No, they're dead. I know it.
My job right now is to get you to safety. What's this prisoner doing here? This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Hi, Patrick
Usually
Stewart.
wakes up with the watch.
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back, prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
You, prisoner, stand aside. Over by the window. Stay out of the way and you won't get hurt.
Okay. We'll head
Prisoner,
over to here.
Stand away from the door. Over by the window now.
No sign of
Stay
pursuit,
put,
sir.
prisoner.
Good. Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
You. I've seen you. Let me see your face.
Oh my god, those
You are the
shadows are
one
doing
from my
horrible things to
dreams.
him.
Then the stars were right. And this is the day. Gods give me strength.
Okay, hold up. Are my gems in the right spot? So it's purple, yellow, blue, green, teal, orange, a diamond at the top, and I'm guessing that's supposed to be like a... What's an opal at the top and a diamond at the bottom? I see. Yeah, okay, then mine's right. Yeah, cool. They got the orders right here.
Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next. My blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell.
Yeah, who are you?
I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods, I serve Tamriel as her ruler. You are a citizen of Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way.
I'm curious to see what they do, because like this face is significantly nicer looking than what the default face is, although there was a patch at some point that kind of broke the PC version's faces. Like all of the PC version's faces just look a little bit off from where they were at launch. Something, I'm assuming it was a Windows patch or like a game patch somewhere along the way, just broke some of the symmetry slightly, and they all kind of look like they had a stroke.
Perhaps the gods have placed you here so that we may meet. As for what you have done, it does not matter. That is not what you will be remembered for.
Yeah, what do we do?
You will find your own path. Take care. There will be blood and death before the end.
Please, sire, we must keep moving.
Damn, he's got kind of a Chad jawline going on here.
Better not close this one. There's no way to open it from the other side.
Looks like this is your
Don't
lucky
try
day.
anything. I'm
Stay
watching.
out of our way.
But yeah, so the big mods we've got here, I also use Oblivion Reloaded, which gives you just a bunch of like overall like lighting and just some general like shadow work and stuff like that. It has a whole bunch of shaders and options here. You just hit O, you can go in and tweak all this stuff if you want to. If there's anything particular that you're like, I don't really like this. Real easy to go in and tweak all that stuff. I'm using Carl's texture pack, Qarl. I think it would be pronounced Carl. It's like the default most popular texture pack. It's not huge. Like you can see here, like the walls are still kinda muddy looking, but it's significantly nicer than what we would have had by default. So it's something. It'll work. It's passable. You can really see that darn UI down the bottom there, kind of rescaling all my
Shadows up left.
options.
Protect the
Oh
Emperor.
god, what have we got going on here? Hello. Okay, wait. That should have dropped. Oh, I see it. There's a katana in there. I want the... Grab the katana.
Are you all right, sire? We're clear for now.
Captain Reno?
She's dead. Sorry, sire, but we have to keep moving. Stand aside, prisoner.
There's trouble ahead.
Could they be waiting?
I'll take the torch. Okay, let's get my guy equipped real quick. I'm not going to spend too long messing around with the, like, plot in here. I think we're going to kind of try to move through.
Don't worry, sire. We will get you out of here.
They won't be the first to underestimate the Blades. I'll take point. Let's move.
You stay here, prisoner.
Everybody looking back and forth in unison is some, like, peak Oblivion jank. Alright. Where's my rats? Beautiful. Alright, we're good. How do I cast in this game? Oh, it's C. Got it. I was like, I remember they added the quick cast key. Hey, Mochi, how's it going? We're taking a look at Oblivion before we get a remaster, just to kind of get a comparison up here in case we want to take a look at it again afterwards, see how nice it looks. Ah, what the hell? Jesus. Oh. Oh, this vine's doing a shimmy. Look at him go. Okay, if I, like, bump into that, are you going to chill out? Nope. No, it's going places. Okay, I don't think I have the frame rate cap, because I'm not actually sure there is a way to cap the frame rate in this. Oh, the Oblivion lockpicking game, which I hate on PC, because they tied it to mouse movement, which makes it super hard to, like, accurately move left to right and up and down. Because the way this works is you have to, like, go to each pin and, like, tap it. When you tap it, and then, oh, you, like, click when it's at the top, and that'll, like, lock it in place. I'm curious to see if we keep that in the remaster. I know a lot of people hate this minigame, so I'm curious if we're just going to replace it with the, like, Fallout / Skyrim standard lockpicking minigame. We'll find out. C for cast, W for weapon. Oh man, you could make some cursed key bindings. No, right now I have R for weapon for my Fallout playthroughs. I think by default it's F is ready weapon, which is what it was in Morrowind. And then it's like, by default, this always screws me up and I have to change it, because Morrowind had the same thing. Actually, Morrowind had even worse, but it's E to jump and space to interact with things, and that is just like, that's horrible. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but I always switch that so jump is on space where it belongs, and then interact is on E where it belongs. E to jump, yeah. Welcome to Morrowind, which, you know, was invented before the dawn of standardized keyboard settings. Back when people were still able to get away with nonsense like that. It's not even like the E to jump throws me off, it's the space to interact. I'm just like, what the why? Alright, hold up. Get that guy out of here. Okay, we've got a zombie. Okay, we're good. Don't really need any of this stuff. I'm just going to kind of try to move through this place at a reasonable clip so that we can get out of here. I should equip my armor. That might help. I'm like, why am I taking so much damage? It's because I'm not wearing any of my stuff. Beautiful. Alright, there we go. Now we're a fashionable lizard. Give me all of this stuff. You can see again, like, darn UI adding in some, like, sorting options here, where if I just go to my, like, inventory, it'll put the keys and the miscellaneous and stuff into little tabs. Makes it a lot nicer to go through. Does some nice work showing things a little bit cleaner than the original, like, stock menus do. Same when you're actually in your menus. It's all nice and cleaned up here so you can see things a little nicer. Just some very nice generalized cleanup. So far the main mods you're going to have been seeing is like the slight character overhauls, and then the lighting and shading work, and then texture pack stuff. Nothing huge. Like I said, this stuff all took me like an hour to set up, maybe 2. And it's like the top couple recommended mods on Oblivion's Nexus. Like with Oblivion Reloaded, the version they have on there, you have to like manually search for it. The top rated version doesn't work anymore, and they didn't like backlink to it, so you have to like just search Oblivion Reloaded and you'll get it. There's one mod I had to get off of Nexus, which we'll get to when we get outside. Oh look, gained an acrobatics level. Neat. Where is... Hear it. Keep going. Restoration's up. Fantastic. Got him. Ooh, see that ruby shining there. That's real nice. I remember I used to be able to get these skulls to freak out like pretty consistently on my Xbox. I'm curious if I'll be able to do it on here. Used to be if you just aimed right about there. Oh, wait, we gotta hit him though. Right about there then. Oh, come on. Oh, I don't think it'll work. I was like, it used to be pretty easy to get them to kind of clip into each other. And they just start flying around the room. I get one more. You can see they're doing a little bit of a jiggle, but I can't get him to go full spaghetti mode. Ah, well. I was like, they're definitely getting a bit of a jiggle going. Maybe it's the frame rate's not, or too high for it to freak out the way I want it to. Whatever. This game was early. No spaghetti today, yeah. It was pretty fun to do. They just start like ragdolling all over the room in classic Havoc fashion. Okay. You can, I think, if you sneak up behind that guy, you can actually just watch him walk over here and like start messing with this stuff, which is kind of cool. Like the NPCs, they really wanted to show off even early in this game that like they have their own little schedules and like stuff they'll do. Okay, hold up. I need you. Bonk. Okay, there we go. Hit that. Oh, Jesus. I almost caught that one to the face. And they were trying to show off some of the like physics stuff they could do. Like we're going to get this little thing over here. Give me the gold. A little difficult to see this chest, but that's okay. Suppose I could pull out a torch if I really wanted to. Yeah, you got like this little goblin down here. Just push these logs. They'll roll down the hill. They're supposed to run them over, but... Well, they got one of them. We're good. Grab some arrows. This will have got some options if we want them. Alright, beautiful. And yeah, like, this still more or less looks like what you'd expect Oblivion to look like. Just a little bit nicer, like, lighting and shadows. Nothing too crazy. Which, admittedly, is what I was going for. Like, I don't want to completely destroy the look of this. I tried to avoid like any of the stuff that's like gameplay changing, although Oblivion Reloaded, unfortunately, despite being mostly a graphics mod, did make some unfortunate decisions to include some like gameplay changes, like dodge rolls and some weird stuff with like your vision will go blurry if you get low on fatigue, and like I've disabled the big ones that I was able to find. But there's definitely some in there. There's actually a version of it called Oblivion Reloaded Lite that is just the graphics stuff without the, like, ninja flips. Why is it? Oh, I'm probably in combat with the... There's rats in a little cage down there. Probably in combat with them. Or there's a guy down there that I missed, and he's going to come running up here and smack me in the back while I'm running around. Oh, God! It was true! Oh, wait, I don't have my heal equipped. Hold up. I was trying to heal.
Should find a defensible spot and protect the Emperor until help arrives.
Hi, guys.
Help? What makes you think help will get here before more of those bastards? We need to
Here
get
they
the
come
Emperor out
again!
Hello? Oh god, they're coming out of the walls. I get him? Hey, buddy. Okay, we got him.
Damn it! It's that prisoner again. Kill him. He might be working with the assassins.
Magic sword.
No, he is not one of them. He can help us. He must help us. They cannot understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen.
Guy's got some dagger
How
teeth.
can I explain? Listen, you know the Nine, how they guide our fates with an invisible hand.
So here's my question on the Amulet of Kings. It's all about the 9 divines, right? His face changed again. It doesn't have the horrible shadows going on, is I think the big thing here. Is that the previous place, it was like super shadowed, and it was like the lighting was blowing out all the creases on his face. This is what he's supposed to look like. All the different gems on the like Amulet of Kings. Because the Amulet of Kings is pre-Talos. So I'm assuming that the 8 gems around the edge of the Amulet of Kings are supposed to represent the 8 divines? But I'm curious, like, which gem is associated with which divine? That'd be something I'm going to kind of keep an eye open for when I'm replaying this. See if there's any indication of any, like, which gem goes with which divine here. I think it'd be really interesting. I'll say I'm not on good terms. I'll say I don't think about it.
I've served the Nine all my days, and I chart my course by the cycles of the heavens. The skies are marked with numberless sparks, each a fire, and every one a sign.
Because that
I
amulet
know
should
these
date
stars
back to
well,
Alicia.
And I wonder, which sign marked your birth?
Which sign marked my birth? How about... I'm thinking... Strength and endurance is pretty damn good. That'd be really helpful for early game. Yeah, screw it.
The signs I read show the end of my path. My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
Yeah, what about me?
Your stars are not mine. Today the warrior shall prove a stalwart companion when fortune fades. No trophies of my triumphs precede me, but I have lived well, and my ghost shall rest easy. Men are but flesh and blood. They know their doom, but not the hour. In this I am blessed to see the hour of my death, to face my apportioned fate, then fall.
Actually have an impact on your character. Oh, the star signs? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have a bunch of different things. They can affect your stats. They can give you different powers. This is definitely, like, back in the days of this still being, like, pretty close to an analogy to, like, a pen and paper RPG, like an old Dungeons & Dragons kind of thing. They just definitely... Skyrim started to remove a lot of that, which I'm not
of success. Their compass ventures not
a
beyond
big
the
fan
doors
of.
of death. But in your face I behold the sun's companion. The dawn of Akatosh's bright glory may banish the coming darkness.
Well, that worked IRL too.
With such hope, and with the promise of your aid, my heart must be satisfied.
People born this summer just have, like, they can run faster or something.
I go to my grave. A tongue shriller than all the music calls me. You shall follow me yet for a
Hyper
while.
astrology.
Then we must part.
So I really like Patrick Stewart's delivery and stuff here. It's pretty
You
solid.
may as well make yourself useful here.
I saw an
Carry
interview
this
with him
torch and stick
where someone
close.
asked him about like his work on this, because this is one of the early video games that he did. He hadn't done like a lot of video game work before this. We'll skip most of the dialogue. When the remaster comes out, I'll be doing a full playthrough of Oblivion, so we'll do like in-depth dialogue and stuff on that. But remember, yeah, like Patrick Stewart talked about a little bit about when he first got the job. He didn't think much of it. He was just like, oh, whatever, it's a video game, and he didn't really follow video games. I mean, most people his age at the time really weren't paying attention to video games, so he wasn't expecting much. He's like, whatever, it's a strange gig. They're gonna pay, a pretty reasonable amount of money for me, so like, whatever, I'll do it. Why not? Sounds like it'll be fun. And then they sent him like a character bio, like a brief on who Emperor Uriel Septim VII is, and like what accomplishments he'd had in his life, and some of the different events that had happened in the previous games, and like what the setting generally was, and just a little bit of background for him to get into the character, and then some example scripts of what they were going to be having him read. And he was like super impressed because he said none of his like TV or movie acting jobs had ever given him anything that in depth. Like that you could ask the director or whatever, like, oh, I want some guidance on what I think this character is going to be. But he was absolutely not used to like, oh god, I almost stabbed the Emperor. That wouldn't go well. Was like absolutely not used to companies giving you like a full dossier breakdown of your character. I don't know if that's standard in video game voice acting or not, but
Hold up.
the Aquarius is very creative numbers of ideas for his works as a guy who's trying to think of something to make it his workshop. Okay, hold up. I want to jump over to... Oh, I can't get over to there. Oh no.
Looks clear.
There's going to be more guys coming from
We're
there, aren't
almost
there?
through to the sewers.
Hi, Glenroy. Okay, Glenroy's totally going to eat it here, I think. And I want to grab his katana when he goes down.
Damn it! The gate is barred from the other side. A trap!
What about that side passage back there?
Worth a try. Let's go.
DJ Seraphim, how's it going? Welcome in. We're just taking a little bit of a short look at Oblivion today. I'm going to be getting to sleep in a fairly short amount of time here, but I want to take a little glance at like
Wait here with the Emperor.
how pretty I could get this to look before the remaster came out. Okay, hold up. Game's interesting. Oh, it's super fun. If you've never played this one, oh man.
You're lucky I like it.
That's great. Can you do the Half-Life thing and save the guards from inevitable death? I mean,
Oblivion, take you!
wait, Glenroy's supposed to die.
Will you fall down?
They want me to stay with the Emperor, technically. Hold up. Just, like, I'm supposed to be over by the Emperor, keeping him safe. Maybe I should go do that. Maybe that's what causes him
I
to...
can
Okay, here
go
we
no
go.
further. You alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction.
Oh,
and his mortal
he's handed me the
servants.
amulet already.
He must not have the Amulet of Kings. Take the amulet, give it to Joffrey. He alone knows where to find my last son.
The blood cloud, yeah.
Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Okay, he just goes back to smiling. I can't move here. Just stands perfectly still and eats it. Oh god, I'm in a little bit of trouble here.
Lucky I like you. Otherwise you'd be dead already.
Wait. Where's him? I need his sword. Nice. Sorry, am I new to the game? Oh, sorry, Alien Disrespect. Sorry, you and Duck Goldsmith are the same color there on my chat, and I missed it. Are you new to the game? Have I played it for? I have played this plenty. This was one of my highest played video games of all time. Skyrim's probably beaten it now, and Morrowind definitely beats both of them for me. But I'm a huge Elder Scrolls fan, so yes, big fan of
On the
this.
Emperor's body.
This game, when it launched back in 2006, is what got me to buy an Xbox 360. I went out the day that Oblivion launched and bought a 360 and a copy of Oblivion. I unfortunately do not have anymore because it'd probably be worth some money. When Oblivion launched originally in the US, it launched with a T14 rating from our ratings board, the ESRB. And then like a month or something later, it wasn't even that long. It was like 3 or 4 weeks later, they recalled all the copies of the game and issued replacement stickers to stick over the rating for the stores, and they raised the rating to Joseph Cool New Toy. Yeah. Raised the rating to M. It was mostly because of the there's an NPC in Skingrad who will, if you ask her just her generic dialogue, she'll ask you if you happen to know what the fine for necromancy is or necrophilia is, And then if you say it's like 1,000 gold or something, she's like, "Oh, that's much better than it was in Morrowind." That's good to hear. It's like really weird. And apparently that did not get submitted to the ratings board initially. And when they found out that was in there, they were like, "Well, we would have liked to know that dialogue was in here." So they actually upped the rating to M. M for mature, and it meant you had to be 18 or present an ID to buy it in a lot of stores. And yeah, I had the original like paperback player's guide, strategy guide, official strategy guide, and the box that had the T for teen rating on it. Okay, Amulet of Kings,
Strange.
Emperor's got it.
I
Fantastic.
saw something in you. Trusted you. They say it's the dragon blood that flows through the veins of every septim.
First Elder Scrolls I ever
They
played.
see
Quit,
more than
quit my
meets
job
the
to play it for
eye.
3 days straight on my bro's couch.
The Amulet of Kings
Oh,
is
for
a sacred
sure.
symbol of the Empire. Most people think of the Red Dragon crown, but that's just jewelry. The amulet has power. Only a true heir of the blood can wear it, they say. He must have given
All
it
I
to you
know
for
is
a
I
reason.
have
Did
one
he say
sitting
why?
right in front of me, and I can wear it just fine. So clearly I'm Dragonborn. No, for Elder Scrolls, I'm just gonna kind of
Joffrey?
skip through some of this because, like I said, when the remake comes
Nothing.
out, we'll take a look at the dialogue a little bit more in depth.
There are
This is mostly just to take a look at what the actual like game looks like. I love this, by the way. All the different like artwork for the different classes. It's so cool. This is like Morrowind didn't have this, and and Skyrim doesn't have this. And like, man, this is so neat. Like, look at these guys. Look at this wizard. And one thing that's fun, I think I'll drop same day as the YouTube stream, or they're just gonna announce a date. I have no idea what to expect. Honestly, like no clue. I was fairly skeptical that we were gonna get anything today or yesterday, and like any kind of announcement at all. Just because a lot of the like leaks had been pretty unverifiable, and I was like, well, we'll see. Banking on June release. I think June's a pretty reasonable estimate. I know when they announced Fallout 4, it was 3 months from the announcement to the game's release, which is a crazy short time for a major video game. There's an argument to be made for shadow dropping it just because it means you don't have to advertise it. You just drop the game and you don't have to waste all your money advertising it. So like when they did like Metroid Prime Remastered, they just like announced it the day of the Nintendo Direct and said, "Okay, it's here. Enjoy." I'd be kind of surprised if they did that. One of the big reasons being I'm expecting this is going to be a full price game. It's probably going to be $70 or $80, possibly $90 if you want to get the deluxe edition. Like I would expect that you will likely be paying a pretty penny for this. But they typically don't want to like day of drop that kind of stuff, especially with the economy in the state that it's in right now, because there are going to be a lot of people that just don't have that kind of money sitting around. You don't want to piss them off. Imagine paying 90 for a game that'll be on Game Pass. Yeah, I mean that's true. I have Game Pass, and so I'll probably just be getting it on there. Although I likely will buy it like eventually on Steam. Just because Game Pass always comes with that, like, it might get rotated out at some point, or if I decide I don't feel like subscribing for a month, I don't want to lose access to it. So, like, I'll probably end up buying it, eventually, just to have it. Empty my wallet. Damn, Bethesda, yeah, for sure. That's the live tip, like 4 a.m. to watch that live stream on Twitch. Oh yeah, I was super excited for that. Let's just pick a random class here and we'll just move on. This seems... I want something with a sword and light armor. What's he giving me? This didn't work. The Todd Howard effect, yeah. God, that was a good time. Light armor, blade, block. This sounds great. I'm Bard. Fantastic. Personality and intelligence. My God, this character is a train
wasn't
wreck.
far off. In any case, rats and goblins won't give you any trouble. You must.
Yeah, I'm not expecting it to release today by any
I'll
means.
say, by the way,
But I think there's a reason. I'd say 25% if I were to put odds on it. I think there's a reasonable chance. Can I loot
leave
this?
the Emperor in peace.
Oh, okay, fine. Tell you what, do you want these swords?
You need to get out of here.
Have...
My order is.
Thought I could give him the swords. Oh, do I give him the swords later? Or did he take the swords already? He took them already. Right. Okay, crap. I don't have a sword at all. Shit. Do you have a sword on you? Uh-oh. Force release today, so much hype they might get bombs in the mail otherwise. You're not wrong. That said, I'm not expecting it. I'm expecting we'll get a release date today, is what I'm expecting. And I would expect a release date that would be no more than 3 months out. Like I would assume, yeah, the June-ish window at the latest is pretty likely. The other thing I've heard people mention, I know that later this year, God, I need to find a fucking sword. Later this year, Sky Oblivion is supposed to be launching, the modded team that's been porting Oblivion into Skyrim, which is like cool. And there was some like talk about, oh, they might not want to drop their game around the same time as that, just because it would potentially cut into their hype. I don't know that I really believe that, because I feel like the official release is going to out-hype the mod like any day of the week. Like, I'm super excited for Sky Oblivion. It's really cool to see, but an official remaster is going to knock that out of the park as far as the hype train goes, like, no problem. Oh my god. That said, they also do seem to respect the modding community overall in general, like, typically. There's still some sore feelings about the whole, like, paid mod stuff, but generally Bethesda treats their modding community pretty darn well, so I don't think they would even want to interfere with their drop. Why the remaster legit? Sky Oblivion looks really good. Sky Oblivion does look really good. I'm very excited for Sky Oblivion. It's a lot of the same people that worked on the original release of More Oblivion, the one that actually released and then got taken down due to some like copyright concerns because they were using assets from Morrowind. But like I played that, it was awesome. Kind of think Bethesda is considering dropping it today purely based on the fact it's the most exciting hype anyone's been for their games in a while. We'll see. I think a lot of it's going to come down to how finished it actually is, like, right now. Instead of release before Sky Oblivion in case it affects sales, I highly doubt that Sky Oblivion releasing before the remaster would negatively impact sales. Like, they're going to be two very different games, two very different approaches. Like, Sky Oblivion's running in the Skyrim engine. It's going to be using a lot of Skyrim gameplay mechanics, which is fine. Like, Skyrim's a fine game, but I'm imagining the remaster is going to be a lot closer to how Oblivion plays. Like, mechanically. And so it's just going to be a very different experience. Which is cool. I think that's awesome. I'm very excited that we are going to, most likely be looking at two completely different versions of Oblivion newly accessible this week. All right, we're outside. So now you can kind of see a little bit slightly more enhanced modding we've done. Carl's texture pack looks phenomenal outside for one. We've got some better shaders going on in the water, and then distant terrain stuff, which is slightly wonky right now because I didn't have time to really dial it all in. You can kind of see that one statue out in the right out here is disappearing in and out. But you can see almost every building, like, from any distance. You got Frostcraig Spire up there. You got the forts and the towers floating around over here. You can see from, a crazy distance away. There's this enhanced LOD, and it's the TES 4 LOD generator combined with, what the hell is it called? Almost everything visible W view distance. I don't remember what the W stands for, but yeah, it's a super nice looking set of stuff. Told me, yeah, we'll see. Can I get him out? This does look pretty damn sweet. Yeah, I will When distant. That's what it is. Yes, almost everything visible when distant. This isn't the remaster. Yeah. This is the original game, just running with some mods. So the overall mod list, to kind of run you through it, it's very simple. I installed Oblivion Reloaded first. You just search Oblivion Reloaded, super easy. I installed Blockhead, which is a necessary mod for the Oblivion Character Overhaul version 2, which is why my faces look a little different. It's why my Argonian looks slightly more lizardy than you might be expecting. It has some cool eyes and stuff. I installed Carl's Texture Pack, which is like the first mod on Nexus, if you just go by most popular. I have the unofficial patches, and some compatibility patches that came with the other mods for the unofficial patches. I think there's a compatibility patch for Carl's Texture Pack with the unofficial patch, just to make sure they don't override each other. And then I used a mod that is abbreviated by its initials, so it's AEVWD, I think is the initials. Almost everything visible when distant, which adds in all of these like buildings and structures that you can see here in the distance into the LOD files. And then you use the test4 LOD generator to like cause them to draw in properly at a distance. And then yeah, there you go. You got your everything you need to have a nice fancy this version of the game. It looks really nice. It's super pretty, and you don't have to do too much with it. One thing I did have to do with Oblivion Reloaded, there's a bunch of shaders on here. One of the shaders, if we go in somewhere here, there's a motion blur. And you just hit O to open this menu. Use the arrow keys to like tab around in it a little bit. If you scroll down to your motion blur by default, if you hit plus in your number pad, it's enabled. And if I save that and close this, oh, it's not doing it. Oh, I think I also have it disabled in the actual settings here. So one second, if I turn that to 1. And there we go. It does this, and it makes me want to throw up, and I fucking hate it. So if you just hit minus there, it turns that off, and now you don't have that horrible motion blur. And you can go in and motion blur's awful. It's just the fucking worst. You can go in and change a bunch of other stuff, like this. Low HF is low health and fatigue. There's some like when you got to low health and fatigue, it would like cause a bunch of color blur and whatever. I didn't really like it, so I turned that off. And same in the main settings, there's a low HF sound. I just went in here and went for health and fatigue, changed the enable to 0. It just makes your character pant when they get low on health or low on fatigue. And I don't want to fucking hear my character going like the entire time I'm playing the game. Like, that's just stupid. So I turned that crap off, because, like, I don't know, man. I don't need you telling me how to immerse myself in my game. Some of these you can see, like, there's occasional flickers with this, like, distant terrain stuff. I did not spend a lot of time messing around with the individual settings on it. There's a bunch of customizable settings you can go into to fix all this stuff and make it look nicer. I just set this up in like an hour, and so there's a few things on here that are definitely not set up properly, which is fine. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty darn good. The only things that are standing out to me where I'm just like, oof, this did not age particularly well, is A, the shadows are crawling, which is a problem that Oblivion has had since day one. The shadows have had some weird applications since the very dawn of time on Oblivion. It's just a thing you kind of get used to if you spend enough time playing Oblivion. You just kind of stop noticing it. But whenever I come back to playing Oblivion for the first time in a while, it's like, oh god, my skin crawls, because it just feels like the walls are shivering. Like it looks so weird. It's fine. Like, you get used to it again pretty quick. I did turn off in the video options. If we scroll down a little here, this keeps turning itself off. I keep turning it on, then it turns itself off. I don't know why. I turned off self shadows. because they get really janky. Self shadows will very quickly start. You'll see weird splotchy marks all over everyone's faces. Oh, didn't like something. If it was a link, apologize. I just have links disabled like totally in my chat. So if it was a link, send it to me in a DM and I'll take a look at it. That's my general recommendation. Just because again, I don't usually have a lot of moderators that are able. There's a clip. Oh, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, because I don't have a lot of moderators on most of the time. I usually just keep links disabled just for, I can parse them. If there's something you want to post, just let me know and I will tab out and get it working. Oh, that's another thing. By default, oh good God. By default, Oblivion really does not like tabbing out, like at all. It'll just crash. So there's a mod called One Tweak, which was originally for Skyrim. It needs the Oblivion script extender, but you just dump it into the Oblivion script extenders like plugins folder, and it lets you tab out. It forces the game to run in borderless full screen, which is not. Oh my God, this fucking wolf! The fucking hit points on this wolf, man. We'll see. Hey! Listen here, you little pincushion. Get back here. Not done with you. Okay, grab my arrows. I can get 7 of those back. I'll take a wolf pelt. We'll sell that. What is this wolf made of? For real. Welcome to Oblivion. Enemies in Oblivion are ridiculously tanky, especially early game. Until you start getting some like enhanced like enchantments. You really want to start getting into enchanting if you want to make any kind of dent in anything in Oblivion. You're going to want to mess with enchanting, and you're going to want to mess with weakness to various spells. Only annoying thing is enchanting is really hard to start off with in this game because it's kind of locked behind the Mages Guild. You can technically do some enchanting with before that, but it's a little difficult to get to. Same with spellcrafting. Although one of the DLCs for this game added Frostcrag Spire, which was visible on top of one of them mountains. Oh, there it is. It's over there. If you go up to there, it's like a player house that was like a DLC thing. And there's a spellcrafting table in there. It just comes with a free spellcrafting table. So if you want to do some spellcrafting, that's where you do it. Let's take a look inside the Imperial City. Look around at all that. I mean, yeah, like for an hour's worth of modding that didn't take particularly long, I think it looks pretty darn nice. I'm very interested to see. Oh, we got some rain coming in. Very interested to see what the remaster is going to fully look like, because we've only really seen a few of those leaked screenshots. I know one of them, people were like, oh my god, they made all the forests look super brown. It took away all the vibrant colors. Just they were going for like a gritty realism thing. I was like, well, that's one of 3 screenshots that we've seen of a game. That's not really enough for me to form an opinion. Like, I don't know. I need to see more of the game and see it in action before I'm going to decide whether I think they've drained all the life out of it. I mean, arguably, my fingers crossed delusional dream is that they've added a weather system, like a seasonal system, and the photo that we saw that looked like it was kind of brown is just set during like the winter, like the fall. And that, like, depending on the seasons, the colors are going to change a little bit, which would be really cool. I have a mod that does that in Fallout 4, and man, it's awesome. Looks super neat having your world, just kind of change some of the general tone a little bit as the game goes on. Because, like, a typical playthrough of a Bethesda RPG, you'll go through an in-game year, like, easy. Probably a couple of them if you really get into it, so. But yeah. I just wanted to get a quick little look at what things are looking like here. This artwork here based on the artwork for the original Arena. Original Elder Scrolls 1. Kind of cool. I think that's supposed to be Gaiden Shinji, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
The original Arena, like, Grandmaster. I don't remember. This is one of the king or emperors. I don't remember which one this is supposed to be. But yeah, there's a bunch of different statues around here. You can get a bunch of lore if you talk to enough people and learn some more about this. Again, I don't want to spend too much time on this because I plan on playing the Oblivion remaster like pretty fully when it comes out. Like I'd like to really get into that. Is there anything that people in specific that people would be like, oh man, I want to see this? I guess we could try to get to an Oblivion gate. I could probably do that pretty quick. You fast travel to Kvatch? Yeah, you can. What the hell? What the hell, Oblivion? Oh wait, I don't even need to go to Kvatch. Hold up. Wait. We need to deliver the amulet to here. Hold up. Let's take care of this real quick. Spellcrafting. I was so disappointed when they moved it in Skyrim. Yeah, for real. Spellcrafting, unfortunately, is locked. Holy crap. Okay, one of my mods is apparently making it very dark at night. We've got like a more realistic night mod going on, apparently. Holy Jesus. Alright, get a torch out. Yeah, I wish I had a light spell. What do I have any? Like a night eye? Wait, I do. What the hell? Hold up. Make torches useful again? Yeah, I do kind of like that, generally. Like, when I play Fallout, I always have Darker Nights mods installed, because I think it's more interesting. Okay. I can't see shit, because it's too dark out here. That's fine. We're gonna need a bigger light spell, or possibly a night eye spell is more beneficial.
Excuse me, can I help you? Are you looking for Prior Maberel or Joffrey?
Hey, thanks for the follow, DJ Seraphim. Much appreciated. Yeah, for anybody that's new here, because I saw a couple people popping in that are new, probably because everybody's excited about Oblivion right now, which is understandable. I am excited about Oblivion right now. Right now we're kind of doing a playthrough of Final Fantasy X. I'm going through like a full 100%. We're going to do all the super bosses and everything playthrough. We're just hitting like the end game. I need to grind out everybody's stats to max, like section of the game. So we'll be going into that more regularly. I do a lot of variety streaming, just kind of picking whatever game sounds interesting to me at the time. Mostly just something to do as I kill time after work. Right now I'm a little busy because I've been in my free time doing some like World of Warcraft rating, progression rating. Brought you the Amulet of Kings.
This cannot.
Yep, fantastic. Here you go, buddy. Emperor's Last Words. Close shut Jaws of Oblivion. Got it. Don't care. We'll discuss the plot when we actually play the game. It's fine.
Waste no time. You must find Martin before the enemy does.
Oh, I do like this. If you go to your jewelry... Oh, does it not show up in here? I'm supposed to deliver the... Oh, I did deliver it. I delivered it to him. That's right. I forgot I don't have it anymore. Oh, well, I could have taken a look at that. You can actually try to equip the Amulet of Kings, and it brings up a message that says it unequips itself. It slides off your neck. Because, yeah, your character doesn't have the Dragon Blood. What's screen res? I'm just running at 1080, but you can run it at 4K if you want to. I'm not running at 4K just because stream doesn't broadcast at 4K, so I don't like to waste my render power when I'm streaming. Rendering something that isn't going to make it across to you guys. So, yeah, this is just running at 1080. Okay, here we go. See, this is about the right level of night. About 518. You can start to see a little bit. Yeah, nothing super crazy. And again, I didn't have to do any special mods or anything for that. That's just set through the in-game like settings menu. You can just go into here, go into options. Ta-da! 1920 by 1080. Nothing fancy needed. I think the big thing that really stands out is that Carl's texture pack really just makes things look a little crispier than they should. UI font size looks smaller. That is Darn UI. Sorry, that's the other mod I was running here. Darn UI, which is also what makes the like inventory separate into these nice little categories like this, where I've got all this lovely separated categories and smaller icons and everything like that. Yeah. There is actually also a larger font size version of Darn UI. So if you're like, man, this is a little too small for me, you can totally run a larger version of it. I just have it on a slightly smaller version because that's what I like. I like more minimalistic stuff. But if you want a larger one, you got the option. I just personally think the original like UI for Oblivion is a little painful to look at because it's the console version, which was designed to be on a TV across the room from you. And when you're playing on your computer, it's like enormous. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at what the Oblivion effects look like. I've always loved this. Like, as you start approaching an Oblivion gate, you just start seeing, like you can see that, like, the whole concept here is that Mehrunes Dagon is starting to overlay his realm onto our realm. Like, he's breaking apart the barriers in reality that separate these two realms from each other. And it's like, you can really start to see it. Like, things aren't looking normal up there anymore. And as we get a little bit closer, there's our first glimpse of an Oblivion gate. The effect hasn't aged particularly well. What does this look like at night? Let's wait till like 10 p.m. Maybe this will look a little cooler at night. I mean, a little cooler. Not like a huge amount cooler, but... Hi, Sablian.
Stand back, civilian. This is no place for you. Get back to the encampment at once.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm gonna go close that Oblivion gate, because I want to see what it looks like. Fantastic. Alright, buddy. Good luck.
I can't sleep. I lie down and close my eyes, but I can't stop thinking about it.
Let's dive in and see what an Oblivion gate looks like. I still don't have a weapon, which I probably should have taken care of first, but it'll be fine. Alright, we made it. Our first little Oblivion realm. How bad is this gonna be? Oh god. Okay, reasonably. Their crest is a 1-to-1 recreation of the Wolves FC badge. Wait, really? Are they from Kvatch? Oh god. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Save me, guard. Oh god, no, I'm dead. Okay, we maybe need a sword. Maybe, hello? Can I, okay, maybe we gotta just, like, load an autosave from when I slept. It's fine. Actually, look them side by side, it's really close, yeah. Where's there? To be fair, there's a World of Warcraft, group that looks really close to this, too. I think it was from the fucking South Park episode. I think one of the South Park characters had a tabard that had, like, almost this exact emblem on, but in, like, white and blue. Yeah, we probably should have thought about maybe picking up, what do I have for spells? Calm. Flare. Nothing too fancy going on there. Wolverhampton Wonders. What the hell? What a fantastic name. Wanderers. The Wolverhampton Wanderers? Hold up. We're gonna get this guy. Okay, hold up. Back out of there. Get his attention on the guard. They go by wolves. I mean, I would. I'm not gonna go by the Wolverhamptons. Grab that. Okay, where's that guy going? Sir? Can you come back here for a second?
Thank the Nine. I never thought I'd see another friendly face. The others... taken. They were taken to the tower.
Okay.
Captain Mattias sent us in to try and close the gate. We were ambushed, trapped, and picked off.
Better than
I managed to
Sheffield
escape,
Wednesday.
But the others are strewn across that bridge. They took Menion off to the big tower. You've got to save him. I'm getting out of here.
Okay, bye.
The captain is still holding the barricade? I figured I was the last one left alive. All right.
Alright, again, we'll cover more of the story when we play the actual full remake here. I'm not going to get too into this stuff because, yeah. The plan is, we're just taking a look at this to compare to the remake when that comes out. Yeah, this was, so, for Elder Scrolls history, people ask, like, what my Elder Scrolls, if I had played this before. So, I first got introduced to Elder Scrolls, 2002. A friend of mine bought Morrowind. I'd never heard of any of the other Elder Scrolls games at that point, Daggerfall or Arena. I hadn't even really heard of Morrowind. And we bought it, and it was, like, we were, I think it was, like, Christmas break. We were both in high school at the time. And, hey, how's it going, man? Welcome in. We're both in high school, and he's like on the phone, and he's like describing this new game he got for his Xbox, and he's like, "Oh, it's really cool. It's like an open world kind of RPG thing, and it really super open. You can kind of do whatever you want, and the game will just react to your decisions," which was pretty unheard of at the time. A little concerned by this scamp. Oh God. Warren's best. I agree. It's my personal favorite. I do think that your favorite Elder Scrolls game frequently, I've noticed, ends up being whatever one you played first. Which is totally understandable. They're all very similar games, so I think once you've... My God, my archery skills is fucking terrible. I'm doing nothing here. Eh. 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 Maybe I should focus on magic. My God. Tickling this damn scamp to death. Look at this poor bastard. Oh, man. Oblivion's broke my auto leveling. Could mod it out still. I don't mind Oblivion's leveling system. I do think the Morrowind system of having, like, some areas have higher level enemies, some areas have lower level enemies. There was still some scaling in Morrowind, but it wasn't as noticeable in this. The fact that everything scales in this, I think, is a little weird. Like, the classic bandit with Daedric armor late game gets a little goofy. Doesn't completely, like, wreck my immersion or anything, but I definitely think Morrowind's got the best system for that. Skyrim handled this very similarly to Oblivion, but it just handled it a little bit better. I think partly because you didn't have as much choice in your levels. I'm throwing the name, why Wednesday? What a strange name for a football club, yeah. Okay. I think... Did he survive that? No, okay, good. I was like, what the... Jesus. Love that you could fly. Yeah, it's super cool. There's a lot of fun stuff you could do in all those. I think I'm just going to try to, like, speed run through this. Without having a sword, I am at a pretty severe disadvantage here. Considering that I set my guy up as, like, oh, I'm going to use swords. Defensive boost tome. What does that do? I don't remember those. You want to add defensive boost to your spell list. Fortify light armor and shield. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Hell yeah, I want to add that to my spell list. How long does that last for? 30 seconds? Where's alteration skill 25? Can I do that? I don't have enough alteration. God damn it. Well, that's lame. Match day, back when the club was formed. That makes sense. Rockslide really said, then pay with your life to that scamp. Yeah. Knocked him clean out. Alright, let's just get out of here. Without a sword, we are in bad shape. I could probably just run up to the top of this place. Probably fine. Hi guys. Bye guys. We'll take a look at the short version of doing an Oblivion gate. Come on. Open that door. Oh, they're summoning more of them. Alright. Beautiful. Just gonna keep heading up here. I'm sure it's all fine. Into here. This way. Watch. I like that these little archways are shaped like the Daedric Scourge, the weapon you see in Battlespire and Morrowind. Nice little callback. I don't know if that's intentional or not. Oh wait, I need a key. Uh-oh. I don't have a key. Oh wait, I know where the key lives. Hold up. Every time you hit a door, a foot pedal goes off.
Over here, quickly.
Wait. I need Minion. Minion's up here. I need to kill this thing. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. How do I want to do this? Can I repair hammer? Can't do it while enemies are nearby. Alright. Neat. Exciting. 20 points of fire damage on target. Let's hit him with that.
In the cave. Over here.
Oh god. Oh, I ran up the wall slightly. Oh god.
In the cave. Over here.
Did I get him? Oh god, the scamps are back. Get the key. Minion.
Quickly, there's no time.
Good
You
lord.
must get to the top of the large tower. The sigil keep, they call it. That's what keeps the Oblivion gate open. Find the sigil stone. Remove it and the gate will close. Hurry! The keeper has the key. You must get the key.
Okay, I've already got it. I'm leaving. Good luck, Minion. I believe in you, pal. Let's get out of here. Whoop. Oh, just kind of running some circles here to try to dodge as much of that as I can. I think I failed to dodge almost all of it, but that's fine. Oh god. Ho ho ho! Caught that a split second before that killed me. Alright, keep on moving up in the world. Don't mind me, just gonna use your teleporter pad here, sir. Thank you. Does this happen to have a sword in it? No, 9 gold you say. That's not a sword. Okay, hold up. Can I get this scamp off this bridge? If I like back up a little bit. It's like a really cozy place. Wonder who their interior decorator was. Maybe it was Dagon. Entire realm is the physical embodiment of his thoughts. I also like this kind of like blood dome they've got going on here. That's pretty cool. Big fan of the blood dome. Do I got any healing? Yeah, let's just eat a couple of them. Maybe consider going to therapy. He does. He invades Mundus for therapy. Okay, wait, why is the blood fountain not healing me? Okay, that didn't do anything. Great. Let's get out of here. I think it's maybe that's my cue to leave. We'll grab some of this stuff. Beautiful. Pardon me while I just climb up this lovely looking thing here. Oh god, that hurt. Maybe we just down a couple more healing potions. It'll be fine. These things sometimes have nice stuff in them. Not today they don't, but sometimes they do. I'll take that, and then it's time for us to leave. Looking good. Don't mind me. Beautiful. The weird flesh floors look like they would be bouncy like a trampoline. They do kinda, don't they? Alright. One Oblivion gate down. At level 1. It's fine. Don't worry about it. The one thing I also don't like about this game with its level scaling system, it's one of my only complaints with the level scaling system. It's not even so much that I think that the end game is bad. How nice of the Hell Realm to send you back. I don't like the early game, actually, because I find that a lot of the early game enemies end up being really spongy, until you've gotten some weapon points in, and it's just kind of annoying. And then you also run into weird stuff where, because of the way the scaling works, it's like off a leveled list. It's like, you might notice in there, all of the enemies we saw were scamps, the like most basic Daedra. And then there were a few Dremora scattered in there, but they're like the low tier Dremora. So then when we get into the city, it's going to be the same thing. And it's going to be like, oh my god, the Daedra overran the city and killed all of the town guard and knocked down this building and burned everyone to the ground and murdered everything. And it was like 10 scamps. And apparently they couldn't take that. And then you get to the end of the game, and it's like, they're sending in Spider Daedra and Daedroth and all kinds of Atronax, and like it's like an absolute shit show. And you're like, what the hell happened to Kvatch, man? Like, what kind of scrubs lived here? So yeah, that's one of my only complaints with the leveling system, is that I actually think the fact that they don't add more enemy variety, like I wish they would just scale the stats down on all of the enemies, so that you had more variety in your early game enemies. Like late game, it's not too bad, because you still see some of the early game enemies here and there, so you get a good amount of variety in there. But like early game, it's just like Mehrunes Dagon and the army of scamps are invading Tamriel. I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is the threat? I don't know. I don't know what a spider Daedra is, and I'm afraid to find out. Okay, you know the yodeling spider in Dark Souls 1? Yes, but you don't want to. Think that, except less human. Yeah, and it summons little ones. They're weird. But yeah. Okay, I think we're going to call it apart there for now. Like I said, I just want to be a very short look at, like, this is what modded Oblivion can look like with a fairly simple bit of setup. Again, the general order I did here was just Oblivion Reloaded, Darn UI, the unofficial patches for both this and Shivering Isles, Carl's Texture Pack, and then almost everything visible when distant, which I had to Google and run on a separate site. And then the tests for log generator, and is there any... Oh, and the character overhaul. And that's basically it. Oh, Blockhead is a requirement for the character overhaul. I guess Oblivion script extender, because you're going to need that for just basically anything. it's all pretty straightforward. If you just look up the main ones I mentioned there, install them in mostly the order I said, should go through pretty clean. I use the Oblivion mod manager for most of the installs, with the exception of the character overhaul, because the character overhaul mentions repeatedly, make sure you install this with the Nexus mod manager, which no longer exists, so the Vortex manager. I installed that one with that just because there's something goofy about this, and I've run into it before where I've installed it, it just didn't work right if you used another mod manager. I don't know what they set up, but for some reason it does not play well with almost any other mod manager, so just use Vortex for that one. And then for the almost everything visible when distant, like distant buildings mod, it's set up to be most easily installed using Wirebash. It has an installer, so if you just go to your installers tab in Wirebash, and then drag and drop the zip file into there, and then right click it and choose install, it'll set itself up for you. Basically, no trouble needed. Just kind of follow the clicks and it'll set everything up and you're good to go. Yeah, not too crazy to set up, nothing too nuts, and it gives you a pretty darn nice looking game. And hopefully later today, we'll have some more details on when you can make this look even nicer by just paying Bethesda money or picking up Game Pass. The I just want to throw money at the problem solution to this to playing Oblivion in a slightly nicer looking
I lie down
looking
and close
version.
my eyes, but I can't stop thinking about it.
I'm also hoping they're going to do paying Bethesda money is one of my favorite activities. It's true. You're not wrong. It's because they keep making good games. I don't mind supporting devs that make good games, so I'm fine with that. I'm a little curious to see when we see more info on this. Some of the leaks, I mean, a lot of the leaks were like insane nonsense that is not grounded in any kind of reality and are just people making up facts. Some of the more common leaks that we saw that were like, maybe there's something to this, is that there's a potential that they may have revamped some of the game's combat. Specifically how archery worked was mentioned, and how shield parrying and bashing worked was mentioned. That might work, like shield blocking might work a little closer to like Dark Souls, where it's like a button you press to like bring up a shield, and then you could like parry a melee attack with it, which would be really cool, but it would also need a bunch of reworks to animations and would change the overall flow of combat. So I actually don't know if I want that or not. One second, it's getting dark out. Let's fix that. And then the other one was that archery might get a slight rework just to make it a little. In base Oblivion, arrow drop off is a little on the excessive side. Like, you need to aim up at about a 40-degree angle if you want to hit something that's more than about like 20 feet in front of you, which is a little unrealistic. You can even see here, like if I just like aim at, let's find something that's visible. It's like light. Okay, let's aim at that rock right there. I want to hit right where I'm aiming. I hit like down here. So like to hit where you're aiming, you gotta like if I want to hit that little spot right there on the rock, you gotta aim like up about here to hit that, and it's like the arrow drop off's a little extreme. And then when you get farther away, like if I was like, oh, I want to hit that thing over there, like if I just aim straight at it, my arrow is here. It didn't even make it halfway. Like, that is ridiculous. This bow is clearly broken, and I don't think that, like, gets any better if you, like, put points into archery. You just have to, like, arc all of your shots to a kind of ludicrous degree. Where did my friggin' arrow go? Here somewhere. It's just sitting very still. But yeah, I've heard some thoughts, some comments that there was a potential that they were reworking that, which would be nice. I would approve of that. Oh, there it is. I'm also just curious to see if they change anything with like how the level scaling works. If all the DLC is automatically included, or if there's going to be some kind of deluxe edition that includes that. I think the funniest thing they could possibly do would be to gatekeep the horse armor DLC behind the deluxe edition. I think that would be incredibly fitting and very funny to make you pay extra for horse armor again. Like, I would give them so much respect if they chose to do that. Oh, I see the textures are broken again. This happens sometimes where all my water turns into the red Oblivion water and it won't fix itself until you like reload the game. Never found a solution for that. Very strange. Oh well. But yeah, this is it. Like I said, just want to take a quick look at it in case anybody wanted to see what a modded Oblivion without too much effort. You can actually make it look a little bit nicer than this if you want to put a little more effort into like manually finding some nicer texture packs and like tweaking the individual settings on some of your INI files a little bit more to like hone in some of the shader stuff and get some of your distant land stuff to work a little bit better. Because some of the distant land stuff I've got, it's a little wonky. I could probably tweak some of my settings and get it to work better than this. It's running perfectly fine. Like I said, I'm running at 1080p right now just because I'm streaming. I don't bother running higher than that when I'm streaming, but we're running 1080p, no problem. 60 frames a second with all these mods running, and I'm streaming. And I have the stream up in the background on a browser, so like I'm not exactly babying my computer right now, and it's running just fine. You could definitely push this a little bit harder if you wanted to. So there's more tweaking you could do.
Kvatch is finished. There's nothing left. Don't forget, Cameron Usurper burned Kvatch too. Kvatch was rebuilt from ruins once before, and she'll do it again. I've looked everywhere. Perhaps she's still in Kvatch, in a basement, hiding? I'm just lucky to be alive.
Can we get some more wonderful Oblivion dialogue? Would you guys like to talk again?
I'm just tired. I can't face it. I have to start over from nothing. Don't give up. You're not alone. And the chapels and the Elder Council will help us. It just takes time.
Okay, wait. You're gonna walk past anyone else? Maybe the conversation with them? One of my favorite little systems in this was that like they added like randomized NPC dialogue where when NPCs walk past each other, they can just start a conversation and it'll like reply in response.
Kvatch is finished. There's nothing left.
Don't forget, Cameron Usurper burned Kvatch too. Kvatch was rebuilt from ruins once before, and she'll do it again.
How could the Nine let this happen? Are they angry with us?
You gonna say anything else? Just gonna stare at each other for a bit? Okay, fine. The Radiant AI system is really funny in this. I also hope they don't break that. I want the Oblivion remaster to be every bit as broken as Oblivion. I want all the goofy, dumb nonsense that Radiant AI can cause to continue to happen. But yeah, for now, we're gonna call it apart. I will hopefully see you back tonight. Who knows? Thanks for the social links there. Yeah, it's the Blue Sky where I'll post any updates on what I'm planning to stream, and the YouTube channel where I've got all the old stuff archived in VODs, mostly in playlist format. Some of the newest stuff I haven't bothered putting in playlists yet, so you have to click through it like a scrub, but it'll be fine. But yeah, we're going to call it now for now. If we're lucky, if we're very lucky, they will announce today that they are releasing this today. And I already have Game Pass, so if that happens and it's on Game Pass and it releases today, I'll call into work and we'll spend the day playing Oblivion. Maybe I won't call into work. Maybe I won't do that. Maybe I will though. No promises. We'll see. But for now, I'm gonna go get some sleep because either way, I'm not playing Oblivion for at least another 6 hours. So thanks for the stream. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. I hope to see you all again later. I hope we're playing Oblivion again soon. But for now, I'm gonna go get some rest. Adios. Bye for now.